Welcome to the OSRS Intelligence Briefing, where security meets strategy and foresight. I am Dr. Oludare Ogunlana, your host and principal consultant of Ogun Security Research and Strategic Consulting. At OSRS, we are just more than cybersecurity experts. We are defenders of digital sovereignty, builders of national resilience, and trusted advisors to government, agencies, and business alike. If you are looking for elite cyber threat intelligence, security audit, or forensic investigation tailored to your own realities, visit our website, www.ogunsecurity.com. Now, let's get into today's critical discussion. The Israel-Iran conflict, and why Africa, especially Nigeria, cannot afford to ignore it. And before I dive into that global shock wave, let me make reference to what happened last week in Nigeria, Benue State specifically, where some group of invaded a community and over 200 people eliminated. That's so sad. I'm happy that the President Bola Tinubu visited Benue State, and also our security agencies and military, they have to do something to ensure that this will not happen again. People are angry, especially as we are moving towards 2027 election. I receive a lot of email, phone calls, and text messages. One of them I will read. Good morning, Prof. What is going on in Benue State in Nigeria is becoming something else. I want to believe there is a need for sanctions in all the states of Nigeria against this kind of attacks. Well, of course, our government is doing something about that. We want to believe them. We have to work with them. There's no need calling for sanctions against our country. Countries all over the world, nations, they are facing their problems. Nobody is coming to help us. Sanction is not going to help us. We have to come together and solve our problem. Now let me get back into the global issues. And before that, my prayers and my thought to those people that lost their family or loved ones in that kind of attack. And we pray that will never happen again. Now, let me say that the world is watching as Israel and Iran slide into deeper, open confrontation, militarily, digitally, ideologically. But think about it. This is not just Middle Eastern war. If you think it's just between Israel and Iran, you're making a mistake. The consequences reverberate across oceans. Africa is not a bystander, and I want to repeat that. We are in the blast radius, especially in the domains of cybersecurity and counterterrorism. And make no mistake, cyberspace is the new battleground. Think of satellite, oil rigs, banking platforms, and the airport towers. All are in the real crosshairs of invisible wars being fought in code and command line instruction. And the lines between geopolitical tension and cyber intrusion is just vanishing. It's just a thin line. You cannot even see it again. It's vanishing. And that's why I will start with cybersecurity implication for Africa. The African digital infrastructure is now more vulnerable than ever, and I will tell you why. Think about the spillover of cyber warfare between Iran and Israel. The Iran-backed cyber unit, like APT-34 and Israeli-affiliated groups such as Predatory Sparrow. They've launched aggressive campaigns since the beginning of this war and even prior to open confrontation. Think of it in this way. African network connected to global supply chain could be a kind of collateral damage. What do you say about that? With malware, with ransomware, or distributed denial of service attacks slipping through weak cyber perimeters. What do you say about proxy operations and regional espionage? Iran's cyber proxies are expanding surveillance and influence across fragile African regimes, from telecom backdoors in Sudan to drone tech in Sahel. Africa is becoming a theater for proxy engagement both online and offline, and that's the reality of our time. Think about information warfare. Social media platform in Nigeria, in Kenya, in Ethiopia, in Accra, Ghana, are now playground for disinformation operations. Fake accounts sow confusion, radicalize the youth, and also destabilize elections. What you need to understand is that when war narratives are shaped on TikTok and hashtags spark violence, the battlefield has truly changed. Yes, it has changed to the cyberspace. And that is why I say again that at OSRS, we provide cyber risk assessment and AI-enabled misinformation detection. You can contact us if your organization is facing digital manipulation or insider threat. We're going to help you out. So let me keep going. Let me talk about counterterrorism threats and the African dynamics. We've seen the rise of hybrid terrorism. I'm talking about groups like Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab, all of them, they are watching and they are learning. From encrypted apps to drone warfare, we've seen that in Nigeria, where they use drone to attack military base. We've seen the first one in Togo, from crypto financing to digital radicalization. The actors are evolving, and they are evolving very fast. Iran's expanding influence across North and East Africa empowers radical ideologies, and those ideologies threaten fragile nations. And if you think this is an abstract, you are making a mistake. These are real risks to Abuja, to Accra, to Addis Ababa, to Johannesburg in South Africa. We have intelligence and border security challenges. We all know that. I listened to the Minister of Interior from Nigeria a few weeks ago. Somebody shared one of his speech with me talking about these same issues. Arms and fighters now move across Sahel route with greater agility. Africa lacks integrated border surveillance, real-time intelligence sharing, and counter-terror fusion centers. Do I say we are not prepared or we're underprepared? Whatever you want to call it. But let me remind us, as the most populous Black nation and the largest economy on the continent, Nigeria owes a moral and strategic responsibility. We cannot afford porous digital borders or weak cyber laws. A breach in Abuja is a breach in Accra, in N'Djamena, and also in Niamey. And that is why I'm calling everyone to this action. We are building the future of African cyber defense at OSRS. Whether you need enterprise threat assessment, government training in cyber forensics, strategic planning and national resilience, AI governance, or data privacy framework, we're there to help you. We are your trusted partners. Again, visit our website to learn how we can be of help. So, Africa must not remain passive at this point in time with what is going on. In this hyper-connected world, geopolitical chaos that happens in the Middle East can unleash cyber terror on Africa, and that's why we cannot sit on defense. We need cyber command center in every sub-region. We need a continent-wide cyber threat intelligence exchange. We need united counterterrorism doctrine, leveraging AI, human intelligence, and open source intelligence. Also with that, we need stronger data protection laws, including cybersecurity standard and regulatory bodies. And finally, which is very important, and let me say this is the most important one, we have to engage our young people, engage our youth, from STEM education to ethical hacking boot camps. We need to mentor them. We need to train them. We need to engage them. And Nigeria, of course, Nigeria must lead. I repeat, Nigeria must lead, not by issuing statements, but by building infrastructure, empowering agencies like NIDA, like Office of National Security Agency, equipping military with digital warfare capabilities, and partnering with firms like ours to close capability gaps. And we are here to help. We must understand wars are no longer fought only with bullets. The war in 21st century are fought with bots, with narratives, with line code that can collapse banks, grant planes, or wipe national memory. That's the reality of 21st century warfare. And Africa must rise, digitally armed, strategically awake, and united. Again, I'm Dr. Oludare Ogunlana. Thank you for tuning in to this critical episode of OSRS Intelligence Briefing. Make sure you share this podcast, talk to your leaders, train your teams, and visit our website. Let's build Africa cyber resilience together. And until next time, I want you to stay safe, stay alert, and stay suffering. Don't forget to like and share.